Today, we're going to talk about Amazon reviews. How did we get one of our clients 1,000 reviews in 60 days? I'm going to walk you through it step by step so that you can do it yourself. But first, let's talk about why reviews on Amazon are so important. It doesn't matter what industry you're selling in. If you're doing kitchen and dining, sports and outdoors, beauty and makeup, pretty much across the board, what we've seen through hundreds of different clients is that when you get over 100 reviews, your conversion rate doubles. What does that mean? If you have a 3% conversion rate and you have 50 reviews, the moment we get you 102 reviews, your conversion rate will go to 6%. Now, the crazy part is when you get 1,000 reviews, it roughly quadruples. Now, instead of having a 3% conversion rate, it will go to roughly 12%. Now, obviously, ads are a piece of the puzzle when it comes to succeeding on Amazon. But if you're not focusing on your conversion rate, you are missing out on the biggest opportunity possible, because that is the biggest factor when it comes to getting a good ROI on every dollar that you're spending. I mean, it's pretty simple. Essentially, if you send 100 people to your listing, if, 12 of them convert instead of 3 of them convert, obviously you're going to be making more money. So, why do reviews play such a big role? For starters, I'm sure you shop on Amazon. How much do you care about reviews? What's the first thing that you look at when you shop on Amazon? The same is true for pretty much every other American out there. Essentially, especially if you want to sell a premium product and charge more than, knockoffs in China, you need to have customer validation that illustrates you have an incredible product. Let's talk about the fastest way to get Amazon reviews. So there's a program called Vine. This is an Amazon program where essentially you can give products away for free in return for reviews. Now, a lot of people ask me, why would I give products away for free? I'm here to make money. I'm not here to give shit away for free. Probably shouldn't have cursed, but here we are. What I'll tell you is it will single-handedly be the best investment that you make on your product, because once again, this will make a massive difference in your conversion rate. Now, when Amazon started Vine, the reason that they opened this program is they wanted to give the new player on the block a chance, right? If you're a small mom and pop brand, they know if you don't get reviews, you're not going to succeed. They also implemented so that if you asked family and friends to leave you reviews on your listing, they're scraping all social medias, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. If you're connected, they will take down the review. So they wanted to give you a chance to get honest feedback. So essentially, some Amazon customer will get the product for free. In return, they'll leave you reviews. But they wanted to make sure that you could only get 30 reviews max. No more, no questions asked. But we found a loophole, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. We found a way that if you have 4 SKUs, we can get you 208 reviews via Vine. If you have more than 34 SKUs, we can get you over 1,000 reviews. So let's look at a real life example. Let's say we're selling, tents, right? And we have black tents, and we have a 1-person tent, a 2-person tent, a 4-person tent, and a 6-person tent. That's a big tent. What do? Instead of launching all 4 variations underneath one listing, we want to launch 4 different Amazon listings. Each of them will be their own variation. Now we have 4 listings that we can enroll in Vine, right? Eventually, we'll get 4 different listings with 30 reviews. Then we'll go to Amazon and we'll say, hey, we made a mistake. So sorry about that. Mind if we actually merge these together? Eventually, all these child variations will come together, and instead of having one listing with 30 reviews, you'll have one listing with 4 variations with 120 reviews. I'll show you a real life example. Here's Painting for Real, right? One of our clients. What do we see? Here's a listing with 7 reviews. If we go to their reviews, we click here, you can really quickly see, hey, this is a Vine review, right? 5 stars from Vine. We go down, another 5 stars from Vine. This product is eventually going to get 30 reviews from Vine. It'll probably take 2 weeks or so. This one over here has 19. It's going to get another 11. This one has 16. It's going to get another 14. This one's going to get another 15. These 4 variations are eventually, when they get 30 reviews, going to be merged with this parent listing with 215 reviews, right? Essentially, we're going to now be able to add another 120 reviews to this parent listing, which will give us 335 reviews. You can obviously see my math isn't great. Then we go down and we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more variations that are enrolled in Vine. And then we have another one and another one and another one, and then a bunch more down here. We're in the process of actually releasing 300 different SKUs for this brand, and we're going to get 9,000 reviews via Vine and eventually have 9 different parent listings with 1,000 reviews. But obviously, not everyone has that many SKUs. So let's go back to our real life example, right? Let's say we have a black tent and we have 4 SKUs. If that's all we have, here's how we would do it, right? I said you would get 208 reviews. This is only a way to get 120. But if we're tactful and we say, hey, we're going to have, these two under the small variation size, and this will be under the large, right? Before we enroll these top ones in Vine, we enroll the parent ASINs in Vine, right? The small and the large. We only want to do 29 reviews. If we do 30 reviews, eventually, these 2 listings that are connected to the parent ASIN won't be able to be enrolled in Vine. So we only do 29. Once the 29 reviews come in, we say, hey, we want to kill these parent listings. And now suddenly all of these products become orphans. They're not connected to any parent. And we can enroll these in Vine. Cool. Now, we essentially have 2 parent listings that have 29 reviews that are killed. We get 4 listings that have 30 reviews that are their own individual listings that have 30 reviews. Then eventually we bring these back to life and we enroll these both underneath a parent listing. And we enroll this one into Vine and get 30 reviews. Then eventually you merge them all together, you get 208 reviews. Half the time I explain this, people don't understand it, and it's very convoluted and complex. If you don't get it, no biggie. Also happy to hop on a call and walk you through it. But let's talk about a couple examples where Vine is more challenging, right? Let's look at a brand, for example, that is selling a generator, right? So we pick this product here. This is $1,249, right? It has 0 reviews because, once again, it's very difficult to utilize Vine when you have a product that's that expensive because you're essentially committing to giving away $30K for free when you're giving away free products. Here's how we do it. We would say, hey, let's also sell a gas canister, right? We'll take this gas canister down here. What is it? $23. We would enroll this in Vine and we would say, let's have a 1-pack of the gas canister and a 2-pack of the gas canister. And you know what? Let's also have it in red and in black. 4 different variations. We would get this listing 208 reviews. Obviously, we have far more than that, but we would get it 208 reviews. And then on the gas generator, we would have a variation where there would be a generator tab and a gas canister tab. Now, the consumer goes to the generator and it looks like it has 208 reviews. So that's a tactful way of doing it if you have a very expensive product. Now, one more thing to talk about is, let's say hypothetically, one of our listings down here ends up getting pretty poor reviews. What would we do, right? We would kill the listing. We would basically say, hey, let's get rid of this. We don't want to merge it with our parent listing because it will bring down our average rating. Let's print a new UPC code and let's relaunch it. Essentially, this is a way of mitigating risk and ensuring that when we're using this tool, there's no risk of our parent listing getting negative reviews because Vine reviewers are oftentimes significantly more harsh. Okay, so we talked about Vine. Let's talk about another tactic, right? Other long-term strategies when it comes to getting reviews. 1, bare basic necessity, set up automated email campaigns via Amazon that every single customer that buys the product gets a message asking for a review. This isn't going to move the needle much. Less than 1% of Amazon customers actually leave a review from this, but it doesn't hurt to set up. More importantly, we want to have some sort of insert on the product, right? A hang tag that does 2 things. 1, helps us accrue the customer's information, just like D2C, direct to consumer. When you're selling on your own website, You get the customer's email and you can easily retarget them when you're launching new products. On Amazon, Amazon says, hey, you can't get the customer information. This is our freaking customer. Hands back, man. Don't touch us. Right? They're playing the big dog over here. We want to find a way that we can actually get the customer information. A hang tag does two things. It helps with that, and it also helps us get more reviews. Now, what I will say is this is gray area. It is against Amazon's terms of service, and you have to be aware of that. We want to be tactful and smart about the way that we go against Amazon's terms of service because we never want a risk of suspension. So, you don't want to do something like this, right? This one here, what do you see? There's a URL at the bottom that directs the customer to a ManyChat flow, right? But it doesn't matter where it directs them to. You're not allowed to have a URL that directs Amazon traffic out of Amazon. Amazon will see this, right? A warehouse worker will see this, they'll flag it, they'll report it. And what will happen is Amazon will give you a slap on the wrist and say, you're not allowed to do this. Remove all of your products ASAP, otherwise you're going to be suspended. Now, you may have 20,000 units in Amazon's warehouse, and it's a very large, annoying expense if you suddenly have to send that back all to yourself. Also, sometimes Amazon will suspend you because if you don't fix the problem within 48 hours, they say, hey, you're not following the rules. Goodbye. If you have a card like this, where there's no URL and it is just a QR code, we have the ability to turn off the QR code. It is very important we have a fail switch in place. Here, we're essentially saying, hey, Amazon customer, right? Because this is a hang tag that comes in the product. So for this client, for Cali Dad, they sell construction gear. So for their tile tool, for their tile cutter tool, right? It's a blade that you can buy. This is a hang tag that comes with it. And we're telling the customer, hey, we're giving away 50 plus free construction tools in return for, actually it doesn't even say what it's in return for. We're giving away 50 free tools. Scan the QR code below to win. Then what happens here is we open up a ManyChat flow. This opens up Facebook Messenger. In the US, this is one of the number one most downloaded apps. We've tried Instagram, we've tried WhatsApp, we've tried TikTok. We find there's the highest engagement rate when we use Facebook Messenger. And we say, hey, first name, right? Whatever their Facebook name is, thanks for the purchase, means the world to us. Can you click the button below, to give us your email? And in return, you are entering in order to get a free prize. Now we get their email and we can create a drip campaign where we start to retarget them via email and also for future product launches, help get more reviews as well as hit the ground running quickly with sales. But even more than that, if they don't respond, the bot will follow up with them automatically. If they don't respond in another 24 hours, we'll follow up with them. If they do and we get their email, we'll basically say, hey, here's a coupon code on another product to try and upsell them to another product. We'll also, eventually say, hey, can you click this button to leave us a review? Oftentimes we'll make it, you'll get another product for free in return for a review. When we do that, we find, if the offering is compelling enough, 30% of people will leave a review. Now, eventually, when we get past 1,000 reviews, we want to change this text. We don't want to be so explicit about saying, we'll give you something in return for a review. We're just doing this to get 1,000 reviews. Eventually, we'll want to change the copy because once again, Amazon every single year is getting stricter and we don't want to, operate in the gray area for too long. Thanks for sticking around and watching this. Please, please, please go get your reviews today. I want you to get 1,000 reviews as quick as humanly possible. If you need help, there's a link down below. Happy to give you a free audit. Otherwise, you got this.